Hello everybody. Got a 2013 Chevy Captiva in the shop, and the ignition key is stuck in the ignition. It will not come out. It won't turn back one more spot back to the lock to remove the key. So just diagnosing it and just giving you a rough idea if you was wanting to try to fix that. I end up pulling this cover off this panel, this column cover. It's got 3 screws in it. One here, you'll turn the wheel this way, get to the other one, and one on the bottom that comes up, and then you'll split it apart. There is a shift cylinder lock solenoid under here. I don't know what the proper termination is. Here, I got it wrote down. Give me the proper termination for that. Ignition lock cylinder control solenoid. Right side of steering column. Okay, so that's right down in here. See the little yellow plastic tab? That's where the rod for that solenoid pokes through this lever. But if you push it all the way in, so I'm manually pushing it in, then I'm able to remove my key, bring my key back over to the lock, remove my key. Now, I want to make sure that solenoid up here was good. So there's a purple, kind of purplish wire hooking to that solenoid. I probed it. It did not have any voltage to it, no signal to it. So now I'm moving on to the shifter. The shifter has a park position switch that's made into the shifter assembly. You cannot buy that switch separate. Well, what they're telling me anyway. So anyway, I'm going to remove that or replace this shifter assembly. Now, excuse me. Now the service manual says you have to remove the seats and then remove the console and do all this. I pulled this cover here off the top. It goes right in here. May have to go around here a little bit like that. It goes right in here. There is a little tray that sits back in here. It's got one Phillips screw in it at the back. You remove it, pop this tray out. There's also a little bezel cover down here between the shifter assembly and the and this other cover right here where all the controls are for your AC controls. You remove them, then you'll take something like this. This thing is clipped in with a series of clips on the back side right here. You can see them. There's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. It looks like maybe on each side. But you'll get something under here and just start working them clips loose. Go all the way around it. Take your time. Excuse me. Once you get that popped out, there is a connector for the parking brake. Release it. You'll have 4 connectors back here, I think. He's right here. There's 2 there. They're all, kind of a push-in type where you push it in, pull it out. And them 3 right there, so maybe there's 5 connectors back here. Anyway. We're not taking the seats. We're not taking the console out. It's got 4 nuts, 10 millimeter. I'll show you a couple of them. There's 2 up front here. One right there. One right there where the end of my light's at. And there's 2 in the back here. You won't be able to see them very good. But if you get a good enough angle on it, you can see them back here. You can't go straight down on them. Unless you was able to pull this out enough. Well, you might, but I just got me a 10 millimeter socket, wobble socket here. And I'm going to go down here, remove all them bolts, and then bring that out. Okay, you also want to have a magnet to go down there and grab them nuts. There is 3 connectors, electrical connectors, that hook up right down in here. You'll unplug them 3 connectors. Okay, on this shifter, where this shift cable all hooks up at. Let's see if I can get my hands where I need to be. If you look right down here, like here's the top. Here's the top. See this orange clip sitting right there? What you're going to do is you just kind of work it out, pull up on the bottom, push down on this top, and you'll work that free from that housing. And then on the other end of that cable, you'll have to run your hand up here, and you'll feel like kind of a round eyelet where it snaps into a stud or a peg that's hooked to the shifter. We'll have to get that off. I will not be able to show you in here, but I'll probably try to run a screwdriver or something back in through here, right back in through here, and get behind that and just kind of pop that off. It shouldn't be real hard. I'll show you what I'm talking about. I got the new one, the new shifter over here. Got my hands all in the way and everything else. So here's the new shifter, and if you look down here, see this stud right here that's sticking out of it? That's where that cable just clips into it right there. This is the little switch right here, right there where the end of my light is. It's got a little rod on it there. That's the one that controls that little solenoid up there on your steering column. Anyway, new shifter, be aware of this. Go to a dealer, get one of these, $400. Okay, so if you go on this driver's side, trying to get that shifter cable off, I used a screwdriver like this right here. I just kind of pulled up on it. You're able to see down here on it. I just got behind that eyelet where it clicks in and poof, popped that right off. Now I'll try to work it around and bring it completely out. Okay, to get this cable snapped back when I pulled it up out of here, reached in here and pushed it on. It's kind of tough, so you want to hold back on it right here as you push in it right here. And it'll snap back in place. Then we'll put that retainer, that orange clip, back in place back here to lock that cable in. Okay, now where this cable clips into the back of this housing here, where that orange clip is at, before you pull that off, look at it real good. Even take pictures of it, because that can only go in one way. If you don't get it right, that cable's going to pop out on you while you're shifting it. So you want to get it back in there, locked in, then try to push it out with your fingers. If you can't move it, it's locked in. If it pushes right back out, you don't have it installed right. So just make sure that you get that installed right. I don't have it bolted out all the way, but that'll work for now. Make sure this works. Out. Start it up here. All right. Let's put it back together. There is a protective film on the top here you'll need to peel off. Once you get it all installed. Anyway, this helped you, like, subscribe. Thanks for watching.